well. Is my car fixed?
Nah, I still haven't figured out the whole fuse situation. I got some other diagrams.
I promised a friend of mine who flew here from the UK that's the car he's driving at Car Week, so he doesn't have a car right now. No, I was saying as of right now, the 599 is still broken.
Yeah, what we can do is if you guys want to drive it, what I can do is I can...
Never turn it off? You know what? I'm gonna come there, and I'll have you explain it to us in person.
Give me like 30, 45 minutes, I'll be right back.
I'll give you an hour.
How you getting on?
That's not the heat, it's you guys all have something I don't have on.
What's that?
Sunglasses.
Black. Oh, I've got my own sunglasses range. BrandJWW.com, shipping worldwide, 67 countries. Let's go.
Didn't if you know that. By the way, I love my Senna. I know you love yours.
I love it.
Again, you are better with like the verbiage of articulating what that car means. So
okay. The next car up from a Senna in terms of the complete package, like Exotica, performance, built around a carbon tub, name it.
You don't spend another even 200 grand and get something better than this.
No. So
it's $3 million.
Yeah. So in my opinion, this is an entry level hypercar. And also think about what it meant in the significance of McLaren's history to name it after Senna. What does that say about where this car sits?
Huge.
Did you put spacers on it or did you extend?
I extended it, and I wanted it to be like race car.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to ruin the drivability of the car.
Sure.
So some people are pissed off that the wheel still sits a little inside.
Right.
But I'm like, well, if you Google any race car, the
they're
wheel is not flush.
Yeah, they're not stanced out.
If you look at a 720 GTR
Yeah.
GTX
Yeah.
or GT3X, the actual race car, the wheel is not flush with the fender because they want it to perform a certain way. The steering, geometry, and all that. So I was happy with it like this. Once it's all together, it looks insane.
Yeah.
So all this, all new. The only thing stock on this car is this door, down to here. This is all different.
All of this is extended.
Yeah, and this. And by the way, you probably haven't caught it yet. All the carbon that's aftermarket on this car, it's all Pagani 4x4 weave.
I was going to say that is a thick twill. It's massive.
Yeah, and there is you'll get a kick out of this. There is a monster 4x4 weave roof scoop for this car sitting somewhere. This is your normal factory 2x2 weave, and then this is the 4x4 big boy like Pagani style car. Yeah. On that car, because they built it from the ground up, these go into the kind of where the exhaust is, where we have to mount them onto the actual back. And because they're so scared that I'm going to do 200 miles an hour, that's the justification for the 1,000 volts.
There's a company in Germany who specializes in tuning Porsches called SSR. And they came out with an aero pack upgrade for the GT4 RS.
Okay.
Mild wing augmentation, like nothing compared to the size of this wing. During the development of the car, they opened the boot on it and noticed that the rear sort of boot recess had got these dents in it. They were like, has someone slammed the boot too hard? What's going on here? More cars testing. They all came back with these dents in the frame of the car. And it was the extra aero load that Porsche had never developed it for, was pushing the bonnet so hard into the chassis that it would dent it. So that they had to make these like carbon plates that would spread the load throughout the chassis where the indentations were. Honestly, dude, the difference in the wing was like that bit and a slight sort of gurney flick. That was it.
Yeah, people don't understand.
So you can imagine what that load's going to create. Huge.
If it stays on, I'll be shocked.
The whole rear end might just go.
So either this breaks off,
Yeah.
because this isn't going anywhere.
No.
This is actually the bumper. This is designed for like a car to drive into.
Sure.
So.
Yeah.
Is this bigger than the factory wing?
Slightly.
In fact, they didn't even have this on the car.
It didn't have it. It's a 720 rear end.
Well, you got to remember the actual active
this
aero.
one.
The active aero wing's also bigger.
It is. Of course it is. Yeah.
So you have a way bigger flip,
Yeah.
and then above this will be sitting this. Put your hands on this wing and how wide it is.
Yeah. I mean, it is full. I can't even reach the span of it.
But like
the whole
the
long
width
span.
too, like
The actual depth of it.
yes. Look how big it is. Do you think that'll change?
Slider.
Do you think that'll change anything? Like honestly, if I'm getting a cease and desist, it's more likely not from McLaren, it's from Boeing.
Yeah.
There's no way the motor for this car is going to be back in time. You want to know what ran through my brain? You're going to love that.
Put the stock motor back in.
Yes. Well, there is no stock motor because the motor blew up. I bought a new stock motor and then built that motor. One of the guys who was actually holds the record for the most knockouts in the UFC.
Okay.
His name's Derek Lewis.
Okay.
His fight name is the Beast, the UFC Beast. Derek is a DD fan.
Okay.
We started chatting years ago, and he says when my car on the channel blew up with Manny in the car, he goes, "Hey, I have a stock 720 motor because I built a motor for my car, but I built a second motor. I didn't blow my motor up and then build it. So I have a stock motor. So my motor, that's the donor motor for this 1300 horsepower power plant, is built from Derek Lewis's. I was gonna buy another stock motor, put it in so I could get it to car week. But then you're like, well, then the other motor comes back and you gotta swap it all out.
Yeah.
No, 1300 wheel horsepower is probably too much for this car. I don't mean it from the context of a stock 720.
Right.
But now that I've so heavily modified the body, it's not just this wing. So I was like, maybe we reduce the power a little bit because you can take a stock 720 and tune it to 900 and it's reliable.
Yeah.
I was gonna put a stock motor in here, tune it to 900, take the 1300 horsepower motor and put in the fucking Senna and pull the Senna engine out and save all the factory Senna, stuff and make that 1300 horsepower because that is all factory.
Yeah, and that would deal with it.
That would deal with it. The faster you go, we just have more downforce. No one's ever built a 1300 wheel horsepower.
Still thinking about doing that?
Dead serious. If at some point I blow that motor up or something happens,
Here's the next question.
it's not going to ruin anything because
have
I have all the factory Senna pieces.
Is a perpetual need to transplant an engine, because when you take that engine out, then you're going to have a Senna engine, and that needs to go in the Carrera Van GT.
Engaging, insane automobile in my fleet, which is a gated manually swapped Ferrari 599, which, as you know, is a front-mounted Enzo engine.
Yes.
The
It's
factory-built manual 599s are worth $2.5–3 million.
They're crazy money.
Yeah. Also, my manual Mercy. I was going to give you actually the option to drive both of them. Pick one.
Yeah.
But they're both broken. At this point of DD car culture, we don't have a car to offer you. So, do you want to ride shotgun maybe?
That
We can
sounds
swap
good.
driving
That
back
sounds
and
good.
forth.
Yeah, perfect. This driving position's so weird. I'm like so far back from the wheel.
I know, that's why I said, like, make sure you can drive it.
Yeah, I'm like, what, he's fixed it like this? That's how he likes it?
Nobody knows why Dave does what Dave does, but Dave does what Dave does.
Dude, it sounds so good. The throttle response of this thing's amazing.
Yeah, this is the supercharger. You can thank VF Engineering for that.
Honestly, the pickup's really impressive. Like, I'd go so far as to say it's got a better pickup than the original engine has.
Ridiculous, right?
Brilliant. Yeah, it's super cool.
Dave,
okay, Dave.
does bad things
Don't
when
worry
cars are cold and girls.
We're starting with this driving position. That's the first bad thing that you've done here, Dave. Look at me.
Horrific.
I'm like straight leg, straight armed. Are you kidding me? But I'm so far away from everything that I feel like I'm like looking over the horizon of the dash. It's just the straightest driving position.
Miles away. Rip around a little bit more. This
I'll
is
rip around
fun.
a bit. The surface grip is massively different. Like, you'll transition from loads of grip and feel to just ice. This is worse than having a simulator in the office. 100%. Like, no work. End up.
If you can do donuts, this thing will do donuts because it's primarily rear-wheel drive. Dave does them. Okay. You just have to get it to kick out right here, and you should be able to do donuts right here, like do 2 circles.
I'll be the guy to stack Dave's car.
All right, good. That's actually, you know what? That's a very
honestly.
So the throttle response on this is phenomenal.
It is ridiculous. feel like you're living in the Fast and Furious. You know, when you're here on the ground, I don't just mean DDE, I mean when you're in the sort of Californian car scene, you really understand where the backdrop for that film came from. Come on, let's go steal some DVD players. Right, so we just got...
Hey, where's Nico?
I think he just got pulled.
He just got pulled.
He got pulled over by that cop.
I think so.
yeah.
I think so. Like,
No way.
well, he flashed the lights,
What?
give it the full sirens, and he's not with the convoy anymore, and he was a minute ago. Oh, look. Something. I wonder, because Amjad just pulled in, the 7 Series just arrived as we were leaving. They might have seen us and made a Yui in the wrong part of the road. Maybe.
Yeah, so. Oh.
What on earth? That is a sound. I'm really impressed with how that exhaust has made that Senna sound. Like, we're very familiar with the sound of a Senna. I would never have guessed you could unlock a tone like that. Really, really transformative for it. That's helpful because we are running low on the juice.
Go all the way around, loop back to save our bro.
And he's
So
vanished.
only find out it's not Nico that got pulled over, and then he is gone without saying a word. I messaged him on WhatsApp and called him, did not reply. But we're gonna have a talk with him because that's not how you do it.
Gotta
just
soak up the jet lag and get on with it, man.
just let us know you're leaving, because genuinely I was concerned.
Because,
Like, we did a whole
we
lap.
looked back because we thought you'd been pulled.
So, I appreciate that this is Dave's car, and
Yeah.
you're trying to be a gentleman.
Yeah.
But when I ask you to pull up next to me, we
Yeah.
do this thing called vlogging, and if you don't get on the throttle, it's a very boring experience for these guys.
Listen,
So the throttle, there's only 2 pedals. Throttle's on the right, the brakes on the left.
I'm just respectful.
No, you're not. No, you're not. We're
Nice juice.
only 8 minutes away. If
Okay.
this needs fuel, I'll pay for it on my card.
No, I'll get it. It
No,
needs
company
fuel.
card. Company card. It comes
All
out
right,
Dave's salary. And it's
No,
not.
it's not public. And we are like low on juice.
That's not good. Is there a trick to this?
Well, you have to take the key out. Is that the trick?
Huh?
Is that the key that you actually have to take the key out?
I don't know. Take the key out. There's no way. Now push it. Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding you.
It won't open with
It won't
the
open
key
with
in
the
it.
key in. Yeah, it won't open.
How cool is that? But if you move it, look how rusty the bolts are.
God, that's a lot of fuel spill over the years. Yeah, look at that. That is literally the same Acura. Is it not? That's the same style Acura as the Fast and Furious, I'm sure.
And guys and gals go and they basically shut down an intersection
Block it
in the
off.
middle of the day too. And they'll block it off from all public traffic and do donuts. And they don't care if the cops show up because there's so many of them that the cops can't get through the cars to even shut it down. I can't say for sure, but I'm 100% pretty certain that the guys who organize this event don't have anything to do with that.
No.
Because if they did, they couldn't brand it. The people who do that stuff, from what I've seen on the internet, typically are wearing like balaclava masks.
Oh, really? It's a totally different
It's a like
Right.
complete, and most of those cars are stolen because, dude, they're to the point they're like hitting each other and like burning the cars in the intersections at the end of the day.
To enjoy
Since
that
we're on a
culture.
Fast and the Furious kick,
Yeah.
did you see the black Civic with
I
green
did with the green. Yeah,
underglow?
I did. I said to him,
And
I
they-
said, that's
the car.
Acura, that's the Civic.
We needed 3
Yeah.
more.
Yeah, that's the Civic.
Right?
That was the highlight of the night when I saw that.
That was, they just
So
came
good.
back from stealing DVDs.
There he goes. I think he's going up there to scope it out now. There is quite a bit of noise up there, to be fair. They're going in
Turn
the underground
right
car
onto
park,
Dupont
huh?
Drive, then turn left onto Jamboree Road.
That's cool. Got a Gen GD3 RS here. A lot of cars are all in it. Underground colony! I'm trying to talk to you, but it's so loud! It's still so awesome. Oh, Superbike gang. This is totally mental. It's too loud. Too loud. I think we better get the hell out of here. I don't know how this hasn't been shut down yet, honestly. It's bonkers. It's like too much.
Can't breathe.
Can't breathe, can't see, can't hear. I'm definitely glad I went to check it out. I feel like that's one of those nights I've wanted to do, like on the sort of
It's a bucket list.
as the petrolhead cultural tip bucket list moment.
This location's really bad because the only way in and out is that.
It's through that pinch point.
So it's like, you can't get anybody down there. And when
Yeah.
people go down in rev, being down there, it gets fumed out.
yeah.
It's like you want to pass out.
It's full of smoke and a lot of super bikes all revving. Here we go. There's a 997 GD3 there. That's cool. Nice. Very cool. Interesting. Back home, the bike culture and the car culture very rarely overlap. Like to have a car event like this punctuated with so many bikes is interesting.
It's mixed, right?
Yeah. Look at the Domino's pizza.
This guy swung by the meat on his way to a delivery.
On earth is that machine? Look at the size of this thing. Dude. Got that hostile light headliner going on. Mad car culture here. And bike car culture, seemingly. I need some caffeine. I can't even talk properly right now. I'm so jet lagged.